This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what you need to know today. Iran's supreme leader reiterated his country's support for Armenia's territorial integrity during a meeting today with Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, who was in Tehran to attend the funeral of former President Ibrahim Raisi, who died in a helicopter crash over the weekend. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei told Pashinyan that our late president was very sensitive to the border issues related to Armenia and the events surrounding them. This sensitivity and caution should continue to be observed, and we must be able to secure our own interests, according to Iran's semi-official Tasnim news agency. Pashinyan also met separately with Iran's interim president, who assured him all joint programs implemented under Raisi's administration will continue. Raisi died Sunday along with Iran's top diplomat Hossein Amir Abdollahian while returning from an event earlier in the day with Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev. As the southern neighbor to both Armenia and Azerbaijan, Iran has sought to walk a fine line in its foreign relations in the South Caucasus. Still, Armenia and Iran share millennia-old historical and cultural ties, and relations between the two modern countries remain warm. Tehran is one of Yerevan's main economic partners, with trade topping $700 million last year. The war of words between Armenia's ruling Civil Contract Party and the Armenian Apostolic Church has continued to escalate, with Parliament Speaker Alen Simonian accusing the church yesterday of being exempt from paying taxes. The time has come for us to discuss and understand why the tax obligations that are available to everyone are not applied to the church, said Simonian. An official from the church's headquarters of Echmiadzin dismissed Simonian's statements yesterday, saying it would not have been difficult to find out that such claims about the church not paying taxes are, to put it mildly, a lie. A check of official tax statistics reveals that the church does indeed pay taxes, over $1 million worth last year, even though as a registered charitable organization, it does receive certain tax privileges and exemptions from the government. Civil contract officials have been very critical of the church and its apparent role in the ongoing protest movement against Pashinyan, led by Tavush Archbishop Bagrat Galstanian. During a press conference earlier this month, Pashinyan accused the protesters, who he claimed are under the influence of drug lords, criminals, and foreign special services, of seeking to incite war and the de facto dissolution of Armenian sovereignty and statehood. The prime minister did not provide any evidence to back up those inflammatory claims. Pashinyan also accused the head of the church, Catholicos Garagin II, of seeking to lead a political movement with the aim of returning former President Robert Kocharyan to power. Poland's ambassador to Armenia, Piotr Skwiczyński, sat down with CivilNet for an exclusive interview yesterday to talk about his country's growing economic and strategic engagement here, as well as his view of Armenia and Georgia's path toward Europe. You can find a link to the full interview in the video description below. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 100. That's because today would have been the 100th birthday of one of the world's most famous Armenians, the French singer-songwriter Charles Aznavour. Born in Paris to parents from Javakh in what is now Georgia and Adapazar in western Turkey, Aznavour's career spanned more than 70 years, during which he recorded over 1,200 songs. Lesser known is his involvement in the French resistance to the World War II Nazi occupation. Aznavour and his family hid persecuted people such as Armenians and Jews and were closely linked with the Misak Manusyan resistance group. Later in life, Aznavour provided aid to survivors of the 1988 Spitak earthquake and served as Armenia's ambassador to Switzerland. His life is being celebrated in Armenia in multiple ways, including an exhibition of artifacts and concerts of his music. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.